Stress is the number one mental health topic that I speak with people on a day-to-day basis about. Not surprising because everybody experiences stress to some level. And I think the first thing I want to encourage you to recognize is that stress is not always a bad thing. Stress has a function in our lives. It helps us to be alert, it helps us to perform, it helps us to understand when something matters to us or is important to us. When stress becomes overwhelming or stress starts to impact our ability to be the person we want to be or perform the way that we want to perform, that's when stress becomes a problem. And what can you do when that happens? The first thing I would recommend doing is to start with identifying what it is that's causing you stress. I think oftentimes when we have a lot going on, it can feel like everything is stressing us out. But if we take that time to sit and reflect by ourselves, write down our thoughts, write down what are my stressors, where is this coming from right now? Or even to talk with a trusted person in our life about what our stressors are in that moment. It'll help us to not only feel like our stressors are more specific and more manageable, but like it is not a overwhelming situation, but more so something that is more acute that we can really tackle and take on. Once you identify the stressors that are going on for you, I would also recommend exploring what do these stressors mean to you? What are the beliefs or the values that are tied to these stressful situations or events? For example, if you have a test and you are really stressed about it because you feel like you need to get a perfect grade or no one is going to like you or your parents will be disappointed, take a step back from that and challenge that thought to see if you feel like that thought is actually true. If you feel like that thought isn't actually true, allow yourself to reframe that thought in a healthier way. For example, if the thought is, if I fail this test, my parents will be upset with me, try to reframe that to, if I fail this test, my parents may be disappointed, but hopefully they'll understand that I'm trying my best and I'm going to try to do better next time. That can help to make a stressful situation feel just a little bit more manageable and help you to try to tackle it. I'd also recommend trying to make a plan for yourself. Once you identify what the stressor is, you can really start to identify some steps you can take to try to be proactive in addressing that stressor ahead of time. And that can look like some action steps or some tangible steps, like if a test is the stressor, studying for the test. If it's a conversation, planning out what you want to say. If it's a performance that you have, practicing for that performance. Or it can look like getting friends around you that know how you feel and that know what's going on and that can support you when things start to feel overwhelming.